Hey friends, welcome back. I'm Not So Odd, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing some poverty summons that I've had backlogged for a long time now. I've been meaning to record over these for a little while now. I think these go back as far as like late September. They just kind of been sitting in my in the video section of my photos on my iPhone. So, but here they are, and here they go. In the meantime, while these are going on in the background, I guess we'll just talk about the fact that Shin Megami Tensei dropped today, and that's pretty great. I was debating last night whether or not to get the DLC or not, and then I just caved and I was just like, you know what, I'll just buy the full bundle, and I bought the digital deluxe copy. Well, the digital version anyway, so it's kind of like well, I guess that's implied in digital deluxe copy. So yeah, so that was pretty awesome. Downloaded it last night around midnight and then went to bed. Woke up today. I haven't played it yet. I'm looking forward to playing it. But I'm also like, while I'm doing that and recording this, I'm also like in the background of my life right now watching the Genshin 2.4, is it 2.3 update? I think they're on 2.2 now, so I want to say the 2.3 update is happening right now, and it's looking pretty good. A lot of cool Geo characters in there. But anyway, let me refocus on Fire Emblem for a second here. So you'll notice on the left side I added Balthus to this list because Balthus was added to the pool. And that's just a really fun character who I just, stats are really good, has a really good modern BST. I think he starts at 185 right off the bat, and then he only gets better. Or he's at like 182 and he gets up to 185. But either way, he gets really up there really quickly. So that modern BST just really, it's really shining. He has a generic weapon, which is so sad because if you compare him to the rest of like the Ashen Wolves, it's just kind of like they all had unique weapons. Why did they fail to give him one? That was just that was a big disappointment, but you know what, he's still really good looking, his artwork is still amazing, and we could add him to the Bara collection with Mustafa, who's still at the top of my list. Also, I added Urk a while ago, and there's also characters and heroes I keep meaning to add that I'm kind of like building off to the side, that like every time I pull a copy of them on here, I'm just kind of like, oh well, that's just, you know, like a side project. Like I think I have like an adult Tiki project ready to be built, but I don't know, like I'm waiting for her refine. I feel like her refine needs to get retouched up because it feels kind of like wonky and weird. Also, her stat spread is just like, she's not a very good mixed tank, even though people used to play her as a mixed tank just because her resistance isn't that great. Her attack and defense are good, but I don't know, I kind of don't want to build her that way. But yeah, I just I've been sitting on a bunch of like you'll notice up there, I think I have like, wow, I have so many feathers. I've been sitting on a bunch of heroes like that I haven't fully merged out yet. Like I have a complete Mercedes, I have a complete I want to say Amarin. I want to say I've completed my Amarin. I have enough to, well, I have enough Amarins to fully merge her. Oh, Morgan, I just pulled Morgan. Morgan's another merge project I have going on the side. I'm like still kind of sort of debating building him, but it's like I'm building Gunthra, so I may as well just build Morgan and throw Morgan and Gunthra, well, male Morgan and Gunthra together on the same team, because they have a lot of synergy the way they debuff and penalize enemies, and then they just go and then they get bonuses based on the debuffs and penalties they inflict. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, but I need to make a separate video that's literally just me, like 5-star plus 10ing a bunch of heroes that I have in my barracks that I've been meaning to for a while. Oh, speaking of which, like healers are, we just saw Sarah get her get her Resplendent, which means infantry healers could be finally getting their refines, which could be really awesome because there's so many infantry healers sitting around doing nothing, and I feel like it's really crappy because they've only given infantry healers like refines for like the 5-star exclusives, like Mist and what's her name, Mist and Jenny. I have a couple of copies of Jenny. I just don't want to build Jenny because I just didn't play Fire Emblem Echo Shadows of Valentia. Wow, that's a long ass title. Every time I say it, I'm kind of like, I must be butchering some of this, but I'm pretty sure it's Echo Shadows of Valentia, Almond Celica's game. Like, yeah, basically that game is a game I haven't played. I hear great things about. I really regret not playing it. I really hope that Switch adds it to their I guess their digital library, or what's that word called? Oh, wow. But yeah, I hope the Switch adds it so we're able to play it, because it just seems like a really good Fire Emblem game that we're all, hey! Seems like a good Fire Emblem here game that we're all missing. It's Sairi. And this one's plus attack. I think I have one that's plus speed minus attack, so that's funny. I can actually merge her now and come out with a pretty decent Sairi, but the thing is, like, why would I do that? that's just I don't know. If you think I should build Sairi, whatever, in the comments, because I have this plus attack one and a plus speed one, just let me know. But other than that, I just don't feel like she's a reliable hero that I can reasonably get to plus 10 versus like some of the 4 stars here. Or like, you know, like I pulled so many copies of Ira, and Ira has no good fodder versus Sairi. Sairi has amazing fodder. Ira has like no good fodder. Like you could argue Swift Sparrow, but I have a plus 2 or plus 3 Ira just because I just kept pulling her, and I was just like, by the time I had her, like, or by the time I pulled my first copy, it was just kind of like, well, she has no good fodder at that point. Like, well, I don't know. I guess contemporarily speaking, at the time she only had Swift Sparrow, and I didn't need it on anybody, so I didn't have any reason to fodder her, so she just kind of sat there. And then I pulled 2 more copies, and now I'm just like staring at a plus 2 Ira, and she got a refine too, so she's actually really good. So there's a lot of reason to build a character like Ira versus Sairi. It's kind of just like, she's not getting her refine anytime soon. Yeah, and I mean, still a great unit, still a really good unit, but there's better, you know, like God Sword characters, I think that's what they call them. And I have like a plus 3 or plus 4 Fallen Ike, so it's just like, why build anything else? And you can spark on Fallen Ike's banner. I think you can also spark on Sairi's banner. I want to say Sairi's banner is one of the first banners you could legitimately spark on. Sorry, I've been a little bit sick the past weeks too. Not really sick, just more like I have allergies and it's been pretty bad. Like, the last couple of weeks at work, I've just been, like, every 10 minutes I'm like running to the back room or running to the bathroom to like blow my nose constantly, and it's like I'm in a never-ending cycle of when I'm at work, like blowing my nose, washing my hands, blowing my nose, washing my hands. Hey, speak of the devil, it's Balthus. Well, I mean, I was speaking of him way earlier. And even though he's a 3-star, he's plus attack, which is really good. He has a super boon in attack, so that one can just get like thrown into the pile of Balthuses I'm sitting on now. So I think we got like 1 free 5-star Balthus. And then yeah, so this is my first non-neutral Balthus, and it's plus attack. Even though it's a 3-star, like, I'll still take it. I mean, until I pull more copies. I typically don't merge out a character until I have like more copies, and I'm not in a hurry to use him because he's kind of like generic axe infantry, even though again really great BST, but the rest of his kit generic axe infantry. They really did him dirty, man. I need to stop doing these axe infantry characters dirty. Oh, also speaking of which, Shamir, right, that happened. Boop, boop, boop. So it's just like Shamir happened, and that's just like she ended up being a carbon copy of Ninja Hana. Oh, hello. Guinevere, okay. And watch her be like a good IV too. Yep, of course. It's plus attack. What else would it be? You know, just like you get these heroes and you're kind of like, hey, that could be good fodder. That could be great fodder. And then you get like a perfect IV of it, and you're like, oh well, this is still a pretty new, pretty relevant hero, like that does a lot of good things. So it's like, And there's another one, Lewin. I feel like this is like my 3rd copy of Lewin. Another one just like Ira, and it's like at this point, he has special spiral, so he is good fodder. Let me not say he has no good fodder. He has great fodder. But that's a plus attack Lewin, and I think I have a plus speed Lewin as well. And then I have a plus some nonsense Lewin. So it's kind of like, at this point, why not just build Lewin, because I have all the right stuff for him. He's a really great unit. And but again, like unlike Ira, just great fodder. So it's kind of like I'm sitting on it and looking at it, and I know he's a great unit, and everyone who I see review him like mentions how good a unit he is, and I'm just kind of like, but I've never played his game, never played Genealogy: The Holy War. Like, I know, -10 from like my Fire Emblem fan points, but yeah, I've never played his game. I've just only played the US releases, with the exception of like Fates and Valentia. Oh, and I never played Shadow Dragon. Well, I tried Shadow Dragon. I didn't like it, so I stopped like maybe like 2 hours into the game. I was like, this is not a fun game. I'm just gonna stop. But yeah, so it's just like Lewin. I want to build him. I understand he's a great unit. I actually played Sairi's game. I played Awakening, and it's just like I really don't care for her. She was kind of an okay character in the game, didn't really value her that much, I don't know. There was a lot of people who really, because that was the game that was like the first real like hardcore waifu wars game where it was like a marriage slash dating sim. So people were like really, you know, like after her because she was a good waifu, I guess. I don't know. I don't feel like she was a very good waifu. I think she was kind of like a boring, flat character. Maybe she kind of reminded some people of Lynn a little bit, and that was her appeal. She was like a sword-wielding girl from a faraway land. I don't know. Oh yeah, back to Lewin. Yeah, great fodder in Special Spiral. Even if you just fodder him for Special Spiral, still great. But then there's the added effect of, hey, he has a refine. And I think that's what sells it or not, like whether the character has a refine and how good it is. And I was watching someone who made a video that said he didn't need a refine because he was already a really great unit. Hey, this is my first Benny. I'm not going to add him to the list on the right over there, but still a really interesting unit. I think it's weird we get these random armor, these Lance armor units, and these Lance cav units just have updated BSTs but have no unique weapons. Speaking of which, isn't like Valbar due for a refine or something? I mean, Leon got a refine recently, so it's kind of like, well, not recently, like a long time ago. So you think Valbar, who came into the game shortly after, maybe like a month or two after, would have had his refine by now. But hey, stranger things have happened, I guess. I'm really burning through these summon tickets. I remember Gustaphone talking about like how summon tickets were the luckiest things ever, and then it was just like, but my summon tickets are always trash. Like I remember watching her videos one of her videos a long time ago, and just thinking to myself, just like, wow, her luck is so crazy. Just because her literal title of the video was like summon tickets are broken, and then she like pulls like back-to-back 5 stars, and she's just going and doing her free-to-play summons. She's like just like using the actual tickets. She's not actually summoning fully on the banner. She's just burning through the tickets, literally just the tickets, and just back-to-back. It's just 5 star, 5 star, 5 star. And then I use summon tickets, and it's just like, wow, hot garbage. Well, I got a Balthus there. He was plus HP, so it's like not the best, but hey, still. Hey, Yarn, speaking of just random 5 stars, okay. And just like plus HP, so like nothing good really. But we'll still take it. I have another copy of Yarn, and I haven't foddered him yet, because I don't feel like he doesn't have very good fodder, so it's just kind of like, I don't know. But he works as a unit for some reason. Every time I'm facing him in like some sort of PvE mode where he's just on the enemy team randomly, it's just kind of like, he's just always annoying, always hard to deal with. I don't know what it is. Does he have a lull built into his Beast Fang or something? Like his Bunny Fang? I don't know, man. Also, like, Pan is a unit. Some people pronounce it Penne. Pan is a unit I've been like, I really liked in Awakening. I don't know why, I don't know. The bunny girl, I thought it was cute. I didn't care too much for Yarn, but I thought Pan was really cool, and I was just like, oh, you know what? Like, I kind of wanted to build her when we got our... Oh, speaking of Awakening, this is a very Awakening episode. So we got Sairi, we got not Balthus, we got Sairi, we got Yarn, and now we have Owain. So it's like, and you know, he's good IVs, just like, what is this? Units I want to fodder, they're just here being good IVs, and it's just like, please let me turn you into fodder. That's all I really want. But yeah, so it's just like, I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, Yarn and Pan are just 2 units I really wanted to build. Like Pan in particular, I was hoping she got like a refine soon, but it's just like, probably unlikely she's ever gonna get a refine. She's a beast. Hey! So this is actually my last summon for the video, so it's actually quite fitting that we got Yuri. I didn't summon on his banner, I just burned through my summon tickets, and wait, did I? I feel like the Flame Dragon from, not Neeful, god, what's the Muse Spell was on his banner. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next video, and yeah.